Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack.
Thank you and welcome to the hangar at Oaks Amusement Park, home of the Rose City Rollers. Ow. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. It's going to be a fun evening. We've got, for this fundraiser bout, we'd like to welcome our friends from the north, Grave Danger. Give a nice Portland welcome. Facing off against the Guns N' Rollers. Now, before we get started, please stay on your side of those black bumpers. That is for your safety and the safety of the skaters. Also, please be courteous to your fellow fans while the action is going. Don't walk in front of everybody. See, like Don Juan's doing. There's 30 seconds in between jams. Wait for those 30 seconds to move back and forth. Your fellow fans will appreciate you for waiting. Now, put your hands together for all of our volunteers who make all this possible. And while you're clapping, give it up for all of our officials on skates and off. And now, let's get this going. PJ, who you got?
Thank you, Puns and Rollers. I'm PJ up here with the one and only Shifty, and I have the pleasure of announcing to you the visiting team, Rat City Rollers, Grave Danger! Up first, wearing number 11 is Melvin Dictive. Number 127, Bento Boxer. Number 13, Sneaky One. Wearing number 1910, Mexican Revolution. Number 2, Pummel Entendre. Number 226, Terabyte. Number 37, Get Laid. Number 42, AC Slater. Number 4500, Waterhammer. Number 56, Cowboy. Number 8, Dainty Disaster. Number 81, Ponyo Knees. Number 97, Whoa Nelly. And number 99, Tempura Tantrum. Give it up for Grave Danger.
All right, I have for you the hometown heroes in the black, Guns N' Rollers. 128 is Carl. 139, Katie Postma. Number 17, Belly Flop. Number 19, Angela Death. Number 1946, Veronica Dodge. Number 20, Petite Carnage. Number 303, Doctor of Destruction. Number 324, Charlie Chang. Number 325, Marzipan. Number 4 is Kira Duncan. Number 4-2, Queenslayer. Number 4-5-6, Wicked Willow. Number 5, Amara Can Gangster. Number 509, Tasberry Jam. Number 6 is Pants. 808, Yoga Nabisari. 821 is Resting Blitzface. And last but not least, 99 is Hellslinger. Put your hands together, make some noise for the Guns and Rollers.
Hello and good evening, Derby fans. I am Rosemary's Baby, and I am joined by...
My name is Puns and Roses.
And tonight we have Guns N' Rollers, our home team, versus Grave Danger, a team coming from Rat City Roller Derby.
And so it's a fundraiser bout, so this is just for fun. So, we got the rosters up there. Have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Go grab yourselves a 2-town cider out of your fridge. What? You don't have one?
Well, I guess you're missing out.
Yeah.
All right, on our Jam on Hawthorne jam line, in this first jam for Guns N' Rollers, we have number 303, Doctor of Destruction, up against 127. That is Bento Boxer. And that is Doctor of Destruction with lead jammer Bento Boxer getting with a little bit of a sneaky star stash out on an initial.
Veronica Dodge pushing at the back of the pack. There's the call off.
But quickly timed, 2 points to Guns N' Rollers, 0 to Grave Danger in the first jam of the game.
Jam line tonight brought to you by the Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast.
And on that jam line, we have 1942. That is going to be, that is Veronica Dodge jamming up against number 42 for Grave Danger. That is AC Slater. Veronica Dodge through that quick moving pack, through for lead jammer.
Getting some offensive help there from Tempura Tantrum.
But Grave Danger caught up on offense, fails to block Veronica Dodge. She is through for 4 points. Penalty whistles in the pack. That is going to be a multiplayer block going to Queenslayer, sitting in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
And GNR looking to run this, presumably to get that skater out of the penalty box.
AC Slater sliding through the pack, through for 4 points. Veronica Dodge still fighting in the pack up against Tempura Tantrum. And another, looks like 97 Woe Nelly. That is AC Slater through for another 4 points as Veronica Dodge scores 4 points of her own. Decides to call it off with a clear Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. 8 points each team on that jam, bringing us 10 total for GNR in the game and 8 for Grave Danger.
And you were correct. That was Wonelli with that great defense up at the front of the pack there. And Rebel Heart Therapy. Therapy for queer, poly, quirky, kinky folks. They are the sponsors of our penalty box.
Rebel Heart Therapy. And on our Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we have Belly Flop for Guns N' Rollers up against Sneaky Juan for Grave Danger.
And Belly Flop diving through the front of the pack.
Big hit on Mel Vindictive and through with lead jammer.
Oh, Gangster with that force out. And long drawback.
Belly Flop looking for some offensive help from Gangster. As that is Sneaky Juan fighting up against the back of Charlie Chang, getting some offensive help from number 56. That is Cowboy.
And Gangster working, I believe that was resting Blitzface, also at the back of the pack, helping out Gangster with the defense.
That is Gangster headed to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box on a low block.
And force out and recycle by, trying to read the numbers there, 1910 Mexican Revolution.
And while in the process of running it to clear the penalty box, Belly Flop picks up a cut track penalty, giving Sneaky Juan a power full jam, and also meaning that this jam will run to the its natural conclusion, 50 more seconds. Grave Danger entering with some offense, being able to crack open the center. Sneaky Juan through for 4 points, but that is going to be looks like a direction of gameplay penalty going to Cowboy.
Resting Blitzface, directing the, no, that is Gangster directing the defense.
Joined by resting Blitzface, Hellslinger, and Charlie Chang as they stop up Sneaky Juan in the back of the pack.
Blitz used to coach Gangster back when Gangster was a junior.
That is Belly Flop entering from the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, hitting up against number 37.
That is Get Laid.
And 1910 and company, and sneaks by on the outside for 4 points before the end of the jam. But Sneaky Juan also picks up an additional 2 points, bringing our jam totals 10 for Grave Danger, 8 for GNR. And
tied game.
On our Radicals Wheels replay, we're going to have that final moment for those final 4 points as Belly Flop sneaks by on the outside. And it is a tied game. I got too excited by the replay, but it is a tied game. All right, we have Angela Death jamming for GNR up against Dainty Disaster, and that is Angela Death with lead jammer.
It was a good hit up at the front by Terabyte, but Angela Death was able to maintain balance.
Carl able to offer some quick offense at the back of the pack. Angela Death opts for the outside, through for 4 points, immediately calls it before the other team can even attempt to score points. 4-0 jam for GNR.
This jam, the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear, so both teams at full strength.
All right, both teams at full strength on our Jam on Hawthorne jam line. We have number 509 for GNR, that is Tasberry Jam, up against 127 Bento Boxer for Grave Danger.
Tasberry Jam and Bento Boxer jamming. Tasberry Jam quickly through.
Tasberry Jam is through with lead jammer, but Bento Boxer with a sneaky cat pull dances on the outside line for an initial pass.
And here comes Duncan and company, opening up lanes.
Tasberry Jam opts to call it off after 3 points before Bento Boxer can score any. 3-0 on that jam. We have a comment on the chat. So we have chat pulled up. If you are on YouTube and you like if you want to shout out someone, if you like what you hear, write something down. And we've got a shout out to see Taz back and playing. Exciting to see Taz jamming again. But currently jamming is AC Slater for Grave Danger up against Doctor of Destruction for GNR.
Doctor of Destruction up to the front of the pack, working. Oh, that is AC Slater. He's your lead jammer.
Gangster trying to make some offensive moves at the top of the pack. And that is going to be a high block going to White 3-7. That is Get Laid. Resting Blitzface with the drawback. The call-off happens, but not before Doctor of Destruction attempts an apex jump. That is going to be 2 points going to Grave Danger before the call-off, 0 to GNR.
Grave Danger put 2 points on the board. Call-off was in time.
So one skater in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Jamming currently, we have Veronica Dodge up against Sneaky Juan for Grave Danger.
And Cowboy directing that defense for Grave Danger.
Up at the top of the pack, that's number 226, Terabyte.
holding
making-
on.
Wow, making it hard, but that is Veronica Dodge out with Lead Jammer. The dynamic duo of Cowboy and Woe Nelly at the back of the pack trying to provide some offense. It's a very fitting duo, might I say, Cowboy and Woe Nelly.
Yes, yes, indeed. They're not horsing around.
You're gonna be sorry at the top, trying to make some offense for Veronica Dodge is successful. Veronica Dodge with an exit hit, but is almost through the pack as a star pass to get lead. And there was the call off. 4 points for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger.
And that is a two-town Cider House star pass. Two towns, Damfied Cider, made right here in the Pacific Northwest.
And if you would like to hear your sponsors on the stream, have a banner in the hangar, you know, other sponsor-related perks, go to rosecityrollers.com/sponsorship.
Dainty Disaster. And belly flop for GNR.
Belly flop through for Lead Jammer for GNR as Dainty Disaster is fighting up against the back of Katie Postma and company.
Getting some offensive help from Waterhammer there.
Big hit at the back of the pack from 1910 Mexican Revolution. Not enough to stop Belly Flop, who gets through for 4 points, calls it off before Dainty Destruction is allowed, or Dainty Disaster, sorry, is allowed any chance to score.
City up in Bento Boxer.
4K No Taqueria. Voted the sunniest place in Portland.
Good tacos. Great place. All right, Angela Death jamming for GNR up against Bento Boxer for Grave Danger. Drawback by Get Laid, who delivers Angela Death to the outside line.
And long drawback by Melvin Dictive.
Penalty happening in the pack. Something going to American Gangster, sending her to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
That is 2 for Gangster.
That was a direction of gameplay penalty. And Bento Boxer is through with Lead Jammer. Angela Death up at the top, fighting against Tempura Tantrum, through on an initial. Bento Boxer re-engages. After a little bit of fight, opts to call it off. 2 points going to Bento Boxer on that jam, bringing our game total 33 for GNR, 22 for Grave Danger.
Not too many penalties, only 6 in the first 10 minutes. Gangster having 2 of the 4 GNR penalties. Only 2 for Grave Danger so far.
Grave Danger with a pack advantage at the start of this jam. We have Dainty Disaster jamming for Grave Danger up against Tasberry Jam for Guns N' Rollers.
Good offense there from Wicked Willow.
That is Tasberry Jam with Lead Jammer, but Dainty Disaster is the jammer in the lead. GNR timing out American Gangster's penalty and opts to call it off before either jammer can score, and that's a 0-0 jam. And here is our Radical Wheels replay. That is going to be the moment that Dainty Disaster really makes a timely hit, and despite the lead going to Tasberry Jam, sneaks out in front. We also have a shout out on the chat for Gangster. Abby Ferris says, I love seeing Gangster play. She's awesome.
I also love watching Gangster play.
Our current players on the track, we have Doctor of Destruction through with Lead Jammer as AC Slater. The Jammer of Grave Danger has pulled the cap, opting to continue jamming. Fighting up against, looks like 3-2-5. That is Marzipan. And wow. Doctor of Destruction sneaking by on the inside, through for 4 points as AC Slater gets through on an initial. Guns N' Rollers opting to speed up the pack. Wow.
Wow, nice offense there from Marzipan.
Really just opened up the perfect slice to allow Doctor of Destruction to sneak through, grab the points, call it off. 8 points total for GNR in that jam, 0 for Grave Danger.
Blink and you might miss it, folks.
If you are liking GNR and want to get some merch maybe want to pick up some other Rose City Rollers merch, shop our merch.
We got a sold out crowd tonight.
We have lots of things
Who's here for the first
available
time?
of all different kinds. Check out the merch, rosecityrollers.com.
All right, let's hear it from all the veterans.
Find the shop, buy some GNR merch while you're there. Support the league, support the team. And our team timeout is brought to you by Deb Count Saber. And welcome to PDX.
And if you want to further support GNR and you're in the Portland area, come to the Pink and Black Friday Market on the 28th of November at 133 Southeast Madison from noon to 4 p.m. There's going to be over 20 vendors, paintings, clothing, prints, pottery, hair tinsel, all sorts of fun things. That is a fundraiser for GNR.
Instead of Black Friday shopping, show up on Black Friday to the Black and Pink Market. Support local businesses, support your local roller derby.
Yes. Don't support the billionaires and corporations. They already have enough money. Support local.
On our Jam on Hawthorne Jam lane, we have Veronica Dodge up against Sneaky Wan, and that is Veronica Dodge on the outside with Lead Jammer. Sneaky Wan trying to sneak past Charlie Chang. Recycles behind Hellslinger and American Gangster. Penalty in the pack. A cut track penalty going to Sneaky Wan, putting Veronica Dodge and GNR in a powerful jam.
And
This power jam is brought to you by the Menopause Unicorn, available on Amazon.
Pummel Entendre and company setting up for Veronica Dodge. Oh, good force out there by, I believe that is Terabyte.
Veronica Dodge opting to crawl to the inside rather than pick up any sort of penalty, re-engages in the pack. Up against, that's number 2,
Pummel
Pummel Entendre.
Entendre shutting down the inside. Here comes the offense from Gangster.
Terabyte is also there. Woe, Nelly, and Cowboy, the dynamic duo up at the top of the pack. American Gangster trying to set up some offense as the GNR tripod drops back to welcome Sneaky Wan from the penalty box. Sneaky Wan with a little bit of a sneak up that inside. Cowboy and Terabyte trying to make some offensive help in the back of the pack as Pummel Entendre and Woe Nelly are at the top of the pack.
Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty at the moment.
Penalty going to Woe Nelly, a direction of gameplay at the top of the pack. So, right as you are saying, the penalty box is empty. Someone gets a penalty.
And we've got a two-town Cider House star pass.
And a low block penalty going to American Gangster, making that her third penalty of the game.
3 penalties in 15 minutes. That's a bunch for Gangster.
In a positive note for GNR, 12 points on that jam, 0 for Grave Danger, bringing our total 53 for GNR, 22 Grave Danger. 1 player each currently in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box as we move into the next jam.
Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery. That is John Slamy's favorite saloon, eatery and saloon.
They have great fries, in case any of you care. Belly Flop jamming up against Dainty Disaster. Belly Flop getting some offensive help from that is number 20, Petit Carnage. Number 6 getting a misconduct penalty. That's Pants for GNR. Also, a penalty going to Dainty Disaster, making Belly Flop have a powerful jam. A little bit of the announcer's curse. We keep talking about how empty the penalty box is, and then it
And then it just starts filling up
filling
again.
back up.
I thought we were getting ready to see a slingshot happen there.
All right, Petite Carnage and is, trying to grab a goat there. Now Gangster trying to grab a goat.
And that is 1910 Mexican Revolution for Grave Danger, trying to really direct this defense. Woe Nelly with a hit out. And Dainty Disaster out from the penalty box, sneaking up the outside for an initial pass.
And Belly Flop calls it off.
Belly Flop opts to call it off. 8 points total on the jam for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger. if you want to continue supporting the league, currently right now is the Give Guide. So you give on certain days. You are entered to, for how much money you give, you are entered to win certain prizes that are donated. So go ahead and check it out. Support RCR. Also, during Give Days, you might get something back.
And you're also supporting a great cause.
I think the past like prizes have been like a staycation, like a one-night staycation in Portland, or a winery tour and things like that. So they are good prizes. It's worth donating on those specific days. In this official timeout,
This official timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
there was some discussion between the officials, but it seems as if nothing changed. So we're going to keep on moving. On the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, there we have Angela Death for GNR.
And
up
Bento
against
Boxer.
Bento Boxer. Angela Death with a hit out on the outside by number 37. That is Get Laid.
And Katie Postma directing traffic, working with Marzipane. Oh, good force out there by Kira Duncan.
And that is Angela Death with lead jammer. Out of play being called in the back. Bento Boxer, having pulled the hat, is now stashing. Wow. 1 foot from Angela Death, bumped out at the top of the pack. Re-enters, calls it off. 4 points for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger.
Take a quick second to thank a couple of our sponsors, Ritual Dyes and 4K No.
On our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Tasbury Jam for Guns N' Rollers up against number 42. That is AC Slater for Grave Danger.
Oh, great offense from You Gonna Be Sorry. That was a huge lane on the outside.
Tasbury Jam out quickly with lead, but AC Slater slides through, is about a half a lap behind on an initial. Tasbury Jam getting escorted to the outside by Terabyte, calls it off, scores 3 points, 0 for Grave Danger. And we're going to see that offense again on the Radical Wheels replay. Hellslinger and You're Gonna Be Sorry just completely opening up that outside for Tasbury Jam to run up.
Just under 12 minutes left to play in the first half.
Our jammers of record, Doctor of Destruction for Guns N' Rollers with lead jammer, as Sneaky Juan is sneaking up the outside line.
And good force out there by Petite Carnage.
A direction of gameplay penalty going to Pants, sending them to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
And Wicked Willow holding that back line. Sneaky Juan having some trouble.
Doctor of Destruction really punching through. Scores another 4 points. Sneaky Juan has pulled the cap, opting to attempt to sneak even more. Doctor of Destruction ping-pongs off of each of the Grave Danger blockers as she skates through for another 4 points. Sneaky Juan has snuck through for an initial.
And, oh, good hit by Ponyo Knees.
And there's the call off from the Dom.
And there is the call-off. 2 additional points for GNR, bringing their total on the jam 14-0, bringing our game total 82 GNR, 22 Grave Danger.
John Juan coming around with raffle tickets. Make sure to get your raffle tickets before halftime. Total value $324.99. That's the guy with the fuzzy hair walking around in the Muppet fur.
888, the exclusive gear sponsor of RCR.
And Queen Slayer immediately turning to offense. Oh, wow.
Dainty Disaster through with lead jammer as Veronica Dodge at the back of the pack, having stashed the star, getting some offensive help from Marzipane and Kira Duncan at the top of the pack. And it just delivery to the outside by Katie Postma. 2 points for Dainty Disaster. The first 2 points for Grave Danger in a hot second. And an end of jam penalty going to Marzipan for that no pack at the end of the last jam.
I'd like to thank 187 Killer Pads, also an exclusive gear sponsor of RCR.
It's great materials. That's the reason why everyone wears 187. All right, Belly Flop jamming for Guns N' Rollers up against Bento Boxer. Grave Danger with a little bit of the pack advantage. It gets lead jammer, but Belly Flop is about a third of a lap behind. Pack moving into the Apex.
Wow.
The most casual upswept creative Apex jump. Through for 4 points. Immediately calls it off. Traps Marzipan in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And that Radical Wheels replay, I believe, is going to be that little jump.
Quick shout out to a couple of our
Here we go. Yep.
we go.
That was, oh, very nice.
Just very casual, making it look real easy.
And our score is 82-28, which is a palindrome for all you nerds out there.
On this palindrome jam, we have AC Slater for Grave Danger up against Angela Death for Guns N' Rollers. Tempera Tantrum escorts Angela Death to the outside line, is giving directions to the rest of the Grave Danger defense. Whoa, Nelly with a drawback. And Marzipan saying, I'm not going to let you draw anyone back.
Wow. And Angela Death is through. Great work there by Carl and Wicked Willow to hold on.
AC Slater has pulled the cap. Looks like a star pass is going to happen, but ends up stashing it and continuing.
Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty.
Angela Death getting the instruction from the bench to continue going, so they're going to keep going. With a little bit of offensive help from Carl, is sneaking through, gets a bump out by another player, but is through for 4 points. Penalty in the pack to Wicked Willow for a multiplayer, sending her to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
AC Slater recycled by Carl. And offensive help and a shirt whip from Marzipan.
Wow.
Carl
wow.
stays upright. Are you kidding me?
Just like, wow. Stays upright. Chases AC Slater out of the pack. Is now one-on-one at the back of the pack as Angela Death is continuing to skate. Direction of gameplay going to go to Whoa Nelly. And some quick offensive help from Carl. And Angela Death is through for another 4 points. Opts to call it off. Biggest jam of the night so far. 20 points for Guns N' Rollers, 4 for Grave Danger.
WSL Leadership Coaching, helping to be more awesome in your work, sport, and life.
All right, on our Jam on the Hawthorne Jam line, we have Tasberry Jam up against Sneaky Juan.
And Pants and Company holding that back line against Sneaky Juan.
Tasberry Jam with some offensive help at the top of the pack by Katie Postma. Terabyte chasing Tasberry Jam out of the pack. Gets a penalty for an out-of-play block.
Can't jam without a star.
Tasberry Jam is through with a lead jammer.
Cowboy now jamming.
And a star pass going to Cowboy. That's a two-town cider. Star pass.
And Tasberry Jam coming up on the pack.
Tasberry Jam working through.
Wow.
Gets bumped
Lost
to
the
the
star
inside.
again. Does still have lead jammer, though.
Both teams scoring. GNR opting to continue this jam. Cowboy fighting up against the back of Yo Gonna Be Sorry. Getting an additional bump from Katie Postma and is out for 4 points.
4 points on the board for Grave Danger.
Tasberry Jam calls it off, earns 3 points on that jam, but traps Terabyte in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
We're down under 5 minutes left in the half. Let's make some noise.
Yeah, under 5 minutes left in this half.
Keep it up.
Current game total 105 Guns N' Rollers, 36 Grave Danger.
I love the nonchalance that Gangster has when pumping up the crowd.
Doctor of Destruction, Jammer of Record with lead jammer for Guns N' Rollers. That is Dainty Disaster for Grave Danger, fighting up against Charlie Chang. Moving into the back of Kira Duncan, getting drawn back. Wow. Doctor of Destruction really following Charlie Chang's offense through for 4 points.
And Cap has been pulled.
And passed to number 81.
That's
That is
Ponyo
Ponyo
Knees.
Knees. That is a 2-down Cider House star pass. But Doctor of Destruction opts to call it instead. 8 points for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger.
Intermission's getting close, folks. Don't miss your chance to get in on this raffle. Quite a prize package tonight, benefiting
Ritual Dyes, Portland's local yarn shop, owned by a Bud's parent and record skater.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Veronica Dodge up against Bento Boxer.
Veronica Dodge and Bento Boxer at the line.
Bento Boxer getting some offense on the inside as Veronica Dodge is moving towards the outside, pushing players up to the top of the pack, and is through with lead jammer.
And
Bento Boxer.
oh, almost. Oh, wow. Nice cut to the inside there.
A quick offense from Carl, and that is Veronica Dodge through with 4 points. GNR opting to continue this jam.
Oh, nice force out by You Gonna Be Sorry.
Carl and Wicked Willow with the drawback as Veronica Dodge makes easy work at the top of the pack and calls it off. 8 points total for GNR, 3 for Bento Boxer, bringing our game total 121 GNR, 39 Grave Danger.
Next up, that looks like AC Slater and Belly Flop.
I do want to point out, I don't know if you can see online, but the Grave Danger caps are shiny and sparkly. Just want to point it out. I think it's very cute. AC Slater with some offensive help from Cowboy at the top of the pack. Belly Flop getting a big hit from 81. That's Ponyo Knees. And that is Tempura Tantrum with a big hit at the top of the pack, but Belly Flop through with lead jammer.
And AC Slater's pulled the cap, looking for a pass to Cowboy. Instead, Cowboy with the offense.
AC Slater is out of the pack.
Jam is continuing.
Belly Flop with the exit, grabs 4 points. Queen Slayer and Company now holding that front wall. Belly Flop forced out there by Terabyte and recycled, long recycle. Belly Flop once again diving into the back of the pack. AC Slater has to recycle. Both jammers recycle. We have time for one more jam in this first half.
Who's having a good time tonight, everybody?
And, more information about Give Guide. We are stoked to be a part of Willamette Week's end-of-year fundraising campaign. Give Guide. Donate $10 or more on a big give day and get a chance to win an incredible prize while supporting the Rose City Rollers. Head to the Give Guide website to find our campaign page and learn more.
Dainty Disaster here for this last jam and a half. Penalty boxes.
That is Angela Death and Dainty Disaster, jammers of record as Angela Death. Whoa! Big hit from number 37.
And Dainty Disaster is your lead jammer.
And that's going to be a penalty going to number 37, Get Laid. Wow. Big hit from Dainty Disaster at the back of the pack.
Oh, good hit there by Pants.
And that's a call from Dainty Disaster. 4 points for Grave Danger, bringing our total 127 GNR, 47 Grave Danger for the first half.
All right. We will see you all back here in about 14 minutes. Go grab yourself a 2-town cider out of your fridge. See you soon.
All right, welcome back to the second half of Guns N' Rollers versus Grave Danger. Here is our penalties. 9 penalties for Guns N' Rollers, 7 for Grave Danger. The only person in trouble, even sort of trouble, on GNR is American Gangster. Pants also with 2. And then we have 2 people with 2 penalties on Grave Danger. That's Woe, Nelly, and Get Laid. But truly, no one is in any sort of trouble at this point. It's been pretty low penalty game. So,
Yeah, only 16 in the first half, so that's a low penalty count.
yeah. But speaking of penalties, Get Laid is going to start in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, giving Guns N' Rollers a pack advantage, the first jam of the second half.
For the first jam of the second half, we had the Doctor of Destruction.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we have Doctor of Destruction up against Bento Boxer.
With 1 blocker in the penalty box.
There's the 5 seconds call.
And they are off. Dr. Destruction up to the front.
Sneaking by on the inside for lead jammer as Bento Boxer finds some space on the outside. Big hit at the top of the pack.
Wow, that was, I believe, Carl?
Carl? Was trying to look for the number.
Yeah, you got to look for the number because Carl and Katie, well, they do look exactly the same because, you know,
They're twins.
twins.
Dr. Destruction through with 4 points.
And Benno Boxer has to recycle behind Carl. Oh, good force out there by...
Get Laid, I believe. That's 37.
Yep, that is...
Star pass to Get Laid. Carl at the top of the pack. 1 more hit. Knocks Get Laid down. Draws back as the rest of GNR offers some offense.
Carl has those exit hits down on point tonight.
Ooh, a little toe stop spin for Get Laid on the inside line and through on an initial.
So that two-town cider house star pass worked well for Grave Danger.
There's the call off. 12 points for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger. Good Bar, the official bar of RCR. Keep the good times rolling after the game. Come be yourself at Good Bar, the official bar of the Rose City Rollers.
And we start Jam 2 with an empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Veronica Dodge and AC Slater on the Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
AC Slater looks for the outside lane.
That is Veronica Dodge out with lead jammer.
Kira Duncan with a timely hit, able to slow down AC Slater just enough.
Cowboy with some offense at the top of the pack, and AC Slater is on an initial as Veronica Dodge is entering on a scoring pass. Pack is moving quickly now. 1 more hit at the top of the pack by this number 8, Dainty Disaster.
Oh, good offense there from Mexican Revolution.
And AC Slater is also on a scoring pass, 4 points up as Veronica Dodge enters on her second scoring pass. Big hit by number 81, Ponyo Knees, caused the call off. 4 points for an additional 4 for GNR, bringing that total to 8 on the jam to Grave Danger's 4.
And Sasquatch HR making nonprofit and small business workplaces better, sasquatchr.org.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we have Belly Flop for Guns N' Rollers up against Sneaky One for Grave Danger.
And Belly Flop looking for, oh wow.
Sneaky One bumps into basically every GNR blocker and is through with lead jammer. Belly Flop has pulled the hat and is skating at the back of the pack, looking for offense.
We're looking for a star pass. Good force out there.
Penalty happening somewhere. A forearm penalty going to Tempura Tantrum. Wow, big hit from Terabyte at the top of the pack.
And Belly Flop
Stays in.
is able to get out. So that is, there's the call off.
4 points for Sneaky One. 0 for Belly Flop on that jam. 147 GNR, 55 Grave Danger. Gonna shout out some sponsors, Menopause Northwest and Portland Vital Signs.
I am counting 4 blockers on the floor for Grave Danger. They
they
just
figured it
noticed
out.
that they have a skater in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Guns and Rollers with the pack advantage. Angela Death jamming up against Bento Boxer. Big hit from, that's number 2, Pommel and Tantra. But Angela Death has lead jammer. Bento Boxer with some speed.
And Bento Boxer, Carl is heading to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
With a forearm. Both jammers out. Both jammers able to score. Pack a little bit small. Angela Death gets a big hit out by, that's number 8, Dainty Disaster.
Long recycle.
Dainty Disaster really putting in the work at the back of the pack. Number 97, Woe Nelly, trying to make some work at the front of the pack, but Angela Death is through with 4 points. A penalty happening somewhere. That's a penalty going to Woe Nelly. Direction of gameplay.
And Angela Death has to reset.
And that is a 2-Town Cider House star pass to Dainty Disaster, as Bento Boxer is blocking and drawing back Angela Death. Dainty Disaster out and on a scoring pass. Call comes from the bench. 12 points for GNR on that jam, 3 for Grave Danger. Follow and tag Rose City Rollers at Rose City Rollers on social media to stay in the loop about all things Derby in Portland. If you want to know, recently the 2026 game schedule has been released on social media and on the website. So if you're looking for some 2026 games, that's the place to look. Wow. Quick lead by Tasbury Jam. AC Slater stuck at the back of the pack.
And good work there on the edges by Katie Postma and Kira Duncan to shut down.
Kira Duncan with some well-timed offense at the top of the pack, as Will Nelly is rejoining from the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Star pass to Cowboy.
And Kira Duncan was right there immediately.
Gets a bump out after that 2-Town Cider House star pass, is forced to recycle by Katie Postma. Tasbury getting around the outside at the top of the pack as Cowboy is trying to sprint through, but is getting caught up again by Katie Postma. Fall on the outside. I'm going to be honest, that is not a spot I would want to be one-on-one at the top of the pack with pretty much any GNR blocker.
No.
Tasbury Jam getting kind of ping-ponged through and out on another scoring pass with 4 points.
And Cowboy gets dropped at the top of the apex.
Just a little bit of tangled limbs at the back of the pack. I think everyone just got caught up. Sometimes your wheels click with someone else and you fall and then you're like confused. So on that jam, 12 points GNR, 0 for Grave Danger, 171 GNR total, 58 Grave Danger total.
Sneaky One and Doctor of Destruction at the line. Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear.
Jammers of Record, Doctor of Destruction for GNR, up against Sneaky One for Grave Danger.
Oh, wow. Dr. Destruction somehow managed to stay on the toe stops.
Sneaky One takes advantage of GNR blockers falling and sprints up to the top of the pack.
But was met by Gangster.
Exit hit by Charlie Chang.
And
Sneaky One
Charlie
snart.
Chang. Oh, wow. That's a long drawback.
And that is Terabyte trying to lead the defensive charge against Doctor of Destruction. Another hit from Get Laid. Out of play called at the top of the pack, and Doctor of Destruction is through on the scoring pass. Sneaky One is trying to sneak through. Wow.
Wow.
And that is going to be the Apex jump turned into a cut track penalty, sending Dr. Destruction to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box and putting Grave Danger into a power full jam.
I thought for sure Dr. Destruction landed that Apex jump, but
It might not have been the landing, it might have been the takeoff.
oh,
Sometimes your foot slips out of bounds on the takeoff and you're like, what, I landed good, but no, it's the takeoff sometimes.
gotcha.
Long drawback on the outside for Sneaky Juan.
I'll admit I do pay more attention to the takeoff or to the landing than I do the takeoff.
It's often the takeoff of the Apex jump that the cut track happens, in my experience, from what I've seen.
Wow, gangster.
Another hit and another drawback by Gangster Charlie Chang and Resting Blitzface.
Oh,
And
that's going to be a track cut.
yes, that is going to be a track cut going to Get Laid. And with only 6 seconds left in this jam, that is going to put GNR in a powerful jam during the next jam.
So the next jam will
Okay,
be
that's going to be the end of that jam.
GNR.
8 points for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger.
Jammer in the penalty box.
I feel like that was a frustration penalty. Just like took too many hits and just got frustrated and stepped onto the track.
There was also an out-of-play rear called, so I think that maybe there was some confusion about, like if an out-of-play is called, you're okay to step back on the track in front of whoever that person is, but I think that they stepped on way too far up the track, so fair confusion. During this jam, you're going to be sorry, jamming for the first time tonight, through with Lead Jammer.
Yeah, you're going to be sorry. Typically a blocker, but you know.
Used to be a jammer a long time ago, a while ago, following the offense from Veronica Dodge, hitting it up at the top of the pack, up against number 8, Dainty Disaster. Penalty going, an out-of-play block penalty going to Dainty Disaster, sending them to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Well, you're going to be sorry. Still has those jammer skills.
Big fall at the top of the pack as the pack stretches out on the far straightaway. One player each in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Currently, Veronica Dodge sitting in the box for a pack penalty.
And Pants with the offense up at the front of the pack.
Freeing You're Gonna Be Sorry. Get Laid pulled the cap, is looking for the pivot. Call off coming from You're Gonna Be Sorry. That's going to be 12 total on the jam for GNR, 58 for Grave Danger.
And we'd like to thank Triple Eight, an exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR. More Derby-specific gear than any other brand. Triple Eight has you covered.
They got great gear. On the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Katie Postma jamming for the first time tonight, up against Bento Boxer for Grave Danger. And Katie Postma up the inside quickly for Lead Jammer. Bento Boxer getting bumped to the inside by Queenslayer and Marzipain. Ooh, big spill at the back of the pack.
And Terabyte with the force out, but also went out.
Katie Postma with a dainty 360 up the inside line. And that is a Two-Town Cider House star pass to number 81, Panyoniz.
Meanwhile, Katie Postma spinning. Wow, nice hit from Cowboy.
After that big hit, collects all 4 points, decides to call it. 4 total on the jam for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger.
Black Cat Plumbing is your local neighborhood plumbing company and a proud sponsor of RCR since forever.
And some of our other sponsors, Trailhead Credit Union and Lionheart Kombucha.
Gangster with a little personal dance party out there.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Angela Death up against AC Slater. Angela Death getting a bit of a bump from all of the Grave Danger blockers. Out of play is called up top, and Angela Death is through with Lead Jammer as AC Slater is working against the contingency of GNR blockers and opts for a star pass. A two-down Slater has star pass to number 11, Melvin Dictive.
And track cut sends Charlie Chang to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Long drawback by Tempura Tantrum at the back of the pack.
And resting Blitzface and American Gangster are giving nowhere to go up at the front for number 11, Melvin Dictive.
But Melvin Dictive getting a little bit of offensive help, almost free for a moment, gets trapped up again by the GNR blockers, and is now through on an initial as Angela Death skates by on the outside, through for 4 points. Charlie Chang released from the penalty box, and Angela Death gets the instruction to call it. 8 points on the jam for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger. You likely live near a derby league. Get involved, skate, donate, volunteer, or cheer from the stands. Support your local roller derby. And if you are local to Portland, support Rose City Rollers.
See the front desk for more information about RCR Gift Guide.
Our jammers of record, Tasbury Jam for Guns N' Rollers up against Sneaky Juan for Grave Danger. Out of play coming at the top of the pack. Tasbury Jam with lead jammer, and an out of play penalty going to Dainty Disaster.
And Tasbury Jam in on a scoring pass now. Wow, just running through Cowboy.
And is through with 4 points as Sneaky Juan up against Carl. Tasbury Jam opts to call off the jam. 8 points total for GNR, 0 for Grave Danger. 1 Grave Danger blocker standing in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, giving Guns N' Rollers a pack advantage in the next jam.
.187 killer pads, industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence. 187 killer pads, and exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR.
And that is going to be a Grave Danger timeout. This timeout is brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. I just also, in support of 187 killer pads, if you notice, most everyone wears 187 killer pads because they are truly the best. Just saying. If you're looking for gear at home, that's what I would recommend.
And you've been doing this for a while.
Oh, yeah. I've been skating for 13 years, so that's 13 years of wearing 187. They haven't failed me yet, so I am sticking with the best. When they say stick with the best, I am sticking with the best. We've got about 13 minutes left in the game as we're wrapping up this team timeout. The jammers of record, it's going to be Bento Boxer for Grave Danger up against...
I believe that's
Katie
Postma.
I think that's Katie Postma. Trying to look on the jersey to see. They were wearing very similar knee pads tonight. So Bento Boxer through with lead jammer as Katie Postma has already pulled the cap, sneaks by for an initial pass. Bento, as the pack is speeding up, Bento Boxer makes a hit, calls it off. 3 points for Grave Danger, 0 for GNR.
And I believe that is an empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box now.
So that team timeout really did help Grave Danger. They took the timeout, they got a lead jammer, they got some points on the board. That shows that the timeout was effective, and they needed just a moment to like recollect, convene as a team, so they could better execute their plays.
Much better. There we go. Angela Death. Oh, big hit there for Wonelli.
Veronica Dodge on that
Sorry,
outside.
Veronica Dodge. My bad.
This is an outward lead jammer as AC Slater is up against the back of Resting Blitzface, American Gangster, getting some offensive help from the Grave Danger blockers.
I saw that 19 and
Yes. When you have sometimes when the jammers have similar numbers. It is a little difficult. That is Veronica Dodge through with 4 points, as that is Get Laid and Whoa Nelly and company trying to make some offensive help for AC Slater.
Oh, wow, that is a long drawback there.
So a spill at the top of the pack, as Whoa Nelly and Cowboy are anchoring a 2-wall, trapping up Veronica Dodge. Bump out at the top of the pack. Veronica Dodge opts to call it off. 3 additional points for GNR, 7 total on the jam, 0 for Grave Danger. Got money that's burning a hole in your pocket? Make a tax-deductible donation to your favorite 8-wheeled nonprofit at rosecityrollers.com/donate. And if you do it on a big give day, you could enter a chance to win an incredible prize. So lots of incentive to give some money. And I believe for the first time tonight, that's Carl jamming. I can't remember between the twins.
Yeah, I think Carl's on twins.
Well, Carl has lead jammer, and Dainty Disaster is out on an initial. Carl finds some space on the outside line.
Oh, Dainty Disaster, nice up-so creative apex jump there.
Big pushes through the inside line and is also through with 4 points. GNR opting to continue the jam as Carl reinitiates up against 1910. That is Mexican Revolution. Is out with points, but not before Dainty Disaster is also out with points. Carl getting the instructions from the bench, scores another 4 points, opts to call it. 12 total on the jam for GNR, 8 for Grave Danger.
What an exciting game we have tonight.
Hey, you can be part of this rad community by volunteering at the Rose City Rollers. Go to rosecityrollers.com/volunteer.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we have Angela Death up against, that is Sneaky One.
Marzipan, great offense there on the outside.
Katie Postma and Queenslayer trying to trap up Sneaky One, but Sneaky One is through on an initial pass. Angela Death with some offensive help from Kira Duncan opts to continue the jam.
Sort of an sort of creative on the line jam.
A little tiptoe. That is Katie Postma and Kira Duncan at the back of the pack, anchoring a 2-wall against Sneaky One, but Sneaky One stumbling through to the top of the pack. Angela Death hit out by Get Laid. Queenslayer trying to offer some offensive help, but Angela Death is hit to the outside now.
Yeah, wow, that is a very long recycle there at the back of the pack.
Sneaky One gets a hit out to the outside, drawn all the way to the back of the pack, as Marzipan is trying to offer some offensive help. Jam stalling out in turn 1, inching the way into turn 2.
And offense coming from Pummel Entendre.
A little bit of a silly fall up in that corner as Queenslayer and Get Laid sort of oddly playing Twister. It's going to be 8 points total for GNR, 4 points total for Grave Danger, bringing our game total 242 GNR, 73 Grave Danger. I think I mentioned it before, but Rose City Rollers has games all year round. Head to rosecityrollers.com to check out the schedule and get tickets to the next game. The 2026 schedule is out now.
Benno Boxer up to the front of the pack. Hellslinger slowing it down. And Charlie Chang able to get in to help out.
A high block penalty going to Bento Boxer, putting Tasberry Jam in a powerful jam. This Power Jam is brought to you by the Menopause Unicorn, a new nonfiction book available now on Amazon.
And Tasberry Jam getting offensive help from Charlie Chang there. Finds
Cowboy and Panyanese at the top of the pack. Tempera Tantrum also a part of that tripod, as Whoa Nelly is trying to fight and pull the pack forward. Charlie Chang trying to offer some offense on the outside. Casberry Jam opting to continue to push up against the tripod at the top of the pack.
Good work there by Cowboy and company.
A penalty happening somewhere to Wonelli. Bento Boxer out from the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, tiptoes up that inside, through on an initial.
Bento Boxer hot on their heels. Still on the initial pass.
Both jammers now scoring. Bento Boxer sprinting to the top of the pack. Little mini apex jump for 4 points. Casberry Jam opts to call it off. 3 additional points for GNR. Bringing the jam total 7 for GNR, 4 for Grave Danger.
I don't know about you, but it's making me tired.
Want to shout out some more league sponsors, the Portland Mercury and Secret Artwork.
That looks like You're Gonna Be Sorry jamming for a second time up against AC Slater.
AC Slater following Terabyte to the top of the pack, coming up against
One of the twins.
Carl. But that is Yo Gonna Be Sorry through for lead jammer.
And Dr. Destruction doing good work as a blocker. And
Quick two-town Cider House star pass to Mexican Revolution.
Now with the star.
That was a very fast star pass. Hat was off, immediately passed.
And call just in time.
You're gonna be sorry, opts to call it off. 1 point for GNR in that jam, 0 for Mexican Revolution. But that star pass was very effective at stopping the blocking.
And we got Kira Duncan jamming for the first time.
Up against that is number 81, Panyoniz. First time starting as a jammer for Panyoniz, so
Yep.
some first-time jammers to the line.
Jamming for both teams. Kira
Duncan sprinting through the middle of the pack, through for lead jammer.
That was a gigantic hole in the pack.
Panyoniz following the offense up the inside line, moving to the outside and through on an initial as Kira Duncan is entering on a scoring pass. Kira getting hit out by Cowboy. Opts to call it off. 3 points total for Guns N' Rollers, 0 for Grave Danger on that jam. Are you in the Portland area and want roller skating fun brought to you? Book RCR Skatemobile for your next block party. Go to rosecityrollers.com for details. We have another new jammer for GNR. That is Resting Blitzface. Jamming up against.
All right, Resting Blitzface now jamming for GNR.
That is
Forces
Sneaky
to the
Juan.
inside, recycled.
Jamming for Grave Danger.
Sneaky Juan still working that tough defense.
And Blitz gets recycled.
And a forearm penalty going to Terabyte.
Terabyte takes the penalty box on a forearm penalty.
Tempura Tantrum. And trying to see the number. Mexican Revolution. Making it hard for Resting Blitzface. A direction of gameplay penalty going to Pants. A high block going to Charlie Chang. And
Sneaky Juan is your lead jammer.
as the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is starting to fill up, Resting Blitzface has pulled the cap. Wow. Sneaky Juan just sneaks through the pack. Through for 4 points.
And Blitz is looking, oh wow.
Just tossed to the outside by Tempura Tantrum as Sneaky Juan gets through, scores another 4 points, opts to call it off with 2 GNR blockers in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. 8 points, Grave Danger, 0 for GNR on that jam.
Let's say we keep those last 3 minutes at top volume. Yeah, that's right. Let's keep it going. Don't let me down. We can't hear you. They need you.
All right, on our jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Angela Death up against Bento Boxer. Angela Death trying to offer some defensive help. Bento Boxer hitting into Carnage through for lead jammer.
And Angela Death is out about half lap behind.
Both blockers from GNR re-entering. Penalty somewhere.
There's a quick
There's the
call off
call-off.
as well.
4 points for Bento Boxer, 0 for GNR. Carl going to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Roller derby is more than a sport. Help keep roller derby accessible by donating. Find out more at rosecityrollers.com. Tasbury Jam jamming up against AC Slater.
Who's going to pick up lead jammer?
And Tasbury working against a tough four-wall of grave danger. Terabyte and company with the force out and the recycle.
Cowboy trying to give AC Slater some offensive help. Tasbury Jam with a little sachet up the inside line for lead jammer.
Cap has been pulled.
Big spill in turn 1. AC Slater through on an initial pass. There is some stretching out in the far straightaway. Tasbury Jam calls off the jam. 4 points for GNR, 2 for Grave Danger.
And we've got a team timeout being called by GNR.
So
This timeout being brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
we were passed a note that this is going to be Angela Death's last game. Angela Death is retiring from roller derby, I believe. So GNR kind of shuffling some things around so that she is jamming what is presumably the last jam of the game based on the time left on the period clock, 52 seconds.
And this looks to be a jammer jam. All the blockers are jammers as well. So sort of like a final send-off for AD.
It is kind of a fun thing that a lot of teams do where you do a jammer jam, the last jam. Our jammers never get to block any at all, and sometimes it's nice to put out a jammer wall. It's often a little chaotic because jammers never block, but that makes it a little bit more special. Bento Boxer, the jammer of record for Grave Danger. Bento Boxer causing a big spill, but that is Angela Death through with lead jammer.
And there you go. Angela Death is lead jammer on her final jam.
Ducking to the outside. Makes it look easy. Is told to continue going. Bento Boxer also out on an initial and is failed with a score. Angela Death hitting into Mexican Revolution and Tempura Tantrum. The tripod of GNR at the back of the pack, Doctor of Destruction, getting a direction of gameplay penalty. Bento Boxer through on a scoring pass with 4 points. Angela Death getting the call off. That is going to be an additional 4 points for GNR. 8 total on the jam, 4 for Grave Danger, bringing our game total to 65 GNR, 95 Grave Danger. A little bit of celebration with Angela Death at the end of that jam.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching us tonight. There we go. We have an official final, 265 to 95. We have more roller derby coming up tomorrow. We've got a juniors doubleheader. So tune in tomorrow. I believe the first game's around noon Pacific time.
Yeah, I believe it's 11:30 Pacific time, and the second game is at 1:30, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hope to see people on the stream or in person.
Yeah.
I have been Rosemary's Baby.
I'm Puns and Roses. Thank you all for watching tonight, and have a great evening.
presented by Hellslinger to this lovely fan right here.
It's Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren. Congratulations. Apparently, Lauren is a former GNR player and a former All-Star. Okay, so first MVP here from Grave Danger.
Charlie.
MVP blocker is
Charlie Chen.
Charlie Chan. Nice job. Most valuable jammer is number 17. All right, stick around for a photo op. That was belly flop. And next up is overall MVP goes to American Gangster. All our MVPs will get a photo op here, so stick around. And next up are the MVP awards from GNR. First we have Most Valuable Jammer, who is
Number 1-3.
number 1-3. Sneaky one, number 1-3. Okay, next up we have Most Valuable Blocker. Number 99. All right. Okay, and next up is the... Okay, these are your MVPs for tonight. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you once again, everybody, for coming out, and we look forward to seeing you next time.